Hello students, this is Mrs. Manley. I hope that you are all doing well and staying healthy. I wanted to do a quick tutorial for you on some tips and tricks for using WeVideo for collaborative video editing. So you're probably wondering why I'm starting in Google Drive, and the reason why we're starting here is because WeVideo ties directly into Google Drive. So the nice thing about using WeVideo is that as a group, we can create a shared Google Drive folder to store all of our media and then import directly from Drive into WeVideo. So if I wanted to create a new folder for my group, I'm going to click New and then go to Folder. And just to make it easy, we're going to call this WeVideo Media. And depending on your group and what media you're going to have, you might want to create some subfolders in there. So for example, I might create a folder that is a pictures folder. I might create another folder that is maybe a music folder, just to help you stay organized a little bit more. So as you're working on this project, you want to be sure that as you're collecting that media, you're saving into these folders, and each one of your group members should have access. So if I want to share my WeVideo media folder, I'm going to just click on the little arrow next to WeVideo Media and click Share. And then share that folder with whoever else is in my group. That way we all have access to the same media. Okay, so once you've collected your media, you're probably ready to start editing. So you can head to WeVideo. I'm going to open up a new tab here simply by going to wevideo.com. If you're new to WeVideo, you want to sign up using the instructions provided to you by your teacher, as this will give you access to all the premium features. Otherwise, if you already have an account, you can just go ahead and log in. And I'm going to log in with my Google account here. So to get started, the best option is to designate one person in your group to create the project and then share with the other group members. So if you're that person that's creating the projects, you can click up here on Projects. And then click on the plus sign, the Create New Project in the bottom right corner, and then give your project a title. So it's probably going to be something related to your topic. Now we are doing a collaborative WeVideo project, so you can go ahead and click on the collaborative button. And this means that everybody in your group is going to have access to edit, but it's really important to note that you cannot be editing at the same time. So if one member of your group is editing and then another member tries to go in and edit, it will say that the project is locked. So the way that you would be able to get in then is the first member would have to log out of the project, and then the next person in your group could join that project and continue editing. So we're going to click Collaborative and click Next. And you're going to invite your other group members with the link. So click Invite with Link, Next. And then you'll see you're going to get a URL for your project. So go ahead and copy this entire link and open up your email. And then you can paste this into an email and send it to your group members. Once you've done that, you're ready to create video. And there are some templates available for you that you can work off of, but given that you have a storyboard and you kind of know the direction you're headed in your project, sometimes it's easier just to start with a blank edit. And then start. Okay, so once you're in the editing window, there's a couple things that I want to point out to you. The first is in the top left corner. This is going to be all of your raw footage. So they do have some stock footage already in there. If I click on the folder icon, this is going to be the media that I have uploaded. So I will show you how to upload your own footage in a minute. To the right of that, you're going to see a preview. So as you're working on your project, you can click on the play button to see what your project looks like. And then at the very bottom, you have the timeline where you're going to be doing all of your editing. Now there's two different views for your timeline. So the first is that timeline view. You can see I have all my seconds that appear up on the top here. If I need to zoom in or zoom out of my timeline for fine-tune editing, I can scroll down here and you'll see that I get this little zoom box. So this is going to allow me to be able to do some more fine-tune editing, especially as I'm cropping clips and things like that. There also is another view for your timeline, and sometimes if you're new to WeVideo, it will default to what's called storyboard mode. So I'm going to go ahead, I clicked on that menu icon, I'm going to switch to storyboard. Storyboard mode is really great when you're first doing your editing and you just need to drag all of your clips into your project timeline. It makes it really easy to see where you're dragging your clips and dropping them, and you can just move them around as you need to. But once you get into more of the fine-tune editing, like you're going to be trimming clips or cropping the ends off, things like that, you're going to want to go ahead and switch back to that timeline mode because that's going to allow you to do that much easier. Now we can begin importing the media from our Google Drive folder. So if we click once again back on my media folder and then click import, at the bottom there's a drive icon. So I'm going to click on Google Drive. I'm going to find that WeVideo media folder. So here's my pictures. Now, one recommendation I have is as you're saving your pictures or your videos, and if you have to cite your sources, to first put in a description for the photo and then who you might be citing or who created that work. That way, when you need to do your citations, you will have easy access to that information. So I can select all these photos at one time by just clicking on the first one and then holding the shift key down on my keyboard, clicking on the last one, and select, and then it's going to start importing those photos into WeVideo. Once those photos have imported, I can just drag them into the video 1 track of my timeline. So it's a simple drag and drop. You can move them around as you need to. If I need to crop a clip, like let's say I want to crop the end of a clip, I can simply click on it. Like let's say I only want this photo to appear to 9 seconds. I'm just going to click at the end and drag it back. You can do the same thing with the front. If this happened to be a video clip and I wanted to cut out a section of it, I can drag my playhead to wherever I wanted to cut that and then click on the clip so I get that orange box around it. And there's a little scissor icon up at the top. So when I click on that icon, it's going to break my clip in half. And let's say I'm cutting out a center chunk. So I want to clip out this section right here. I'm going to once again click on the clip to get that orange box and click on the scissor icon. And now I can remove, just by clicking that clip and delete on my keyboard, that center section. And then drag my clips so that they are back to back with one another. If I need to add any narration to my video, you'll see at the top I've got a narrate button, so I can click narrate. And then WeVideo will walk you through the process for narrating. So I can just click the record button to start narrating. And then once I'm done, I can click the little box right here, the little checkbox to tell the clip that I'm done. You'll notice that my recording gets saved in a new voiceover track that gets created. So I can simply click and drag this audio track wherever I want it to go on my timeline. One recommendation I would have before you start recording is do a quick test recording. Be sure that you can hear yourself pretty well. If you can't, you may want to adjust some microphone settings on your device. You also want to be sure that you're recording in a quiet location so that you don't have a lot of background noise if at all possible. If you need to adjust the volume of your recording, you'll see that I have this little slide bar here that I can move the volume up or down depending on my particular recording. Last but not least, if you need to add any other features to your project, so this may be music, this may be titles or transitions, all of those tools are up at the top here. So they're pretty simple. They're just drag and drop. If I wanted to add a title, for example, I can click on text, select the title that I want, and then I can drag that into my video 2 track. So for example, if I wanted this title to appear over my first image here, I can just click and drag it, and then I can double click on that title to be able to edit. So instead of In With a Whisper, I want to say DuckTales as my title. You also have the option to change colors, size, font, all that other stuff. And then once I'm done, I can scroll down a little bit, click Save Changes. With regard to music, WeVideo does have some music already built in, so you're welcome to use the music that's already in there. Or if you want to upload your own MP3 files, you can do that as well. But the same as titles, I'm just going to drag whatever music I choose down into my audio track and drop it. Once you're all done with your project, you've completed all of your editing, you're ready to start exporting. So you can click Finish in the top right corner here. Give your video a title. So once again, I would title it whatever your project topic is. And then you can select the options as to where you want to send it. So for example, I want to save this probably to your Google Drive account. You can also upload directly to YouTube if you'd like. And then you can go ahead and click the export button. Once your video is done exporting, you will see a link that you can then copy and paste and send it to your teacher, however your teacher prefers. So you could submit it to a Google Classroom assignment or send it to them in whatever way they tell you to in their instructions. Last thing that I'd like to quickly cover is if you need assistance or if you're not sure how to do something, WeVideo has a great help section. So in the top corner, you'll see a little question mark that says help and support. They have all kinds of video tutorials and resources for you to help you get started and learn how to use WeVideo. So that is where I would recommend checking first. Otherwise, you are welcome to contact me, Mrs. Manley, and I will be happy to help you in any way that I can. Have a great day.